it in, and we're about to start game 1 of the last series of today. Puncture versus V Syndicate. Already starting with an early pressure and also a demo coming from Grim. They couldn't really find something to do though.
Beautiful play by Tony, but stopped by Graham.
It's gonna be Timra. Trying to have a center ball, but he was... So Grim, maybe just taking this for an air dribble. Doesn't really want to risk it and just boom the ball and have a player to be anticipating the ball so you can have an easy clear. And right now, just Timra taking this with a solo play. One on the board already for V Syndicate. Alcatek was already caught off guard in that kind of solo play. He wasn't really put in the best position. He was already facing backwards, so you know how awkward to control your car once you're just facing the ball just backwards. You just can't really control your flips correctly. It just makes things a lot difficult. So there was just Timra is there to put the ball in. That was just a beautiful solo play to start this series with.
Oh, nice flick by Prox. That was a really good goal by him.
Another solo play coming from V Syndicate, but this time it's gonna be coming from Prox. He got that 180 flick. That's just so powerful. 2-0 already for V Syndicate. So by the way, Anthony lost connection, but they're gonna still keep playing 3v2 until Anthony shows up. So right now it's gonna keep going like this, but the players, I'm not sure they're just moving right now. Seems like the teams are tilting. I'm not sure if that's even allowed to do. It's gonna be Electric. Or maybe Timur right now. Just gonna be a quick pass. It's gonna be Electric is there for the save. It's gonna be Timra. That was just a really good passing play coming from V Syndicate. There is just huge space given. So they're just, of course, they're able to use that space so wisely. They're just not really going for solo plays just like how they did in the beginning. So they're just really going for something maybe a bit too different to look less predictable compared to that start they had in the beginning. $3-0 already for V Syndicate. It's gonna be Graham. And just Tony with a pre-flip trying desperately to clear the ball away, but still unable to get the touch at all. All what he just ended up with, throwing himself out of position. Now Tony just ended up in a very awkward pace. He just couldn't really go ahead and do something. That was just, this is why you want to be rotating back post and stay back post, so you can go for any kind of shot, aim it at your net. Half of the game have passed already. And V Syndicate seems to be already gonna have game number 1. And this could be a crucial start for Puncture right now. But who knows? I mean, we have seen them playing against Skill Arena previously. They just didn't really have a good start at all. But later on, they managed to adapt and just bounce back and end up with a tie series. So who knows? Maybe when Anthony shows up, we're gonna see a tie series or just maybe 3-1 on the series, so anything is possible right now. It's gonna be Tony.
Really nice clear.
Now all they have to do is just to keep clearing the ball and put the ball away out of there, any kind of offensive play. Now Prox getting a bump mid-air and Timra is there to put the ball in.
I saw Graham doing nice bump on the blue team, so their goal was almost completely free for his team.
I know the team was gonna be getting physical from the beginning. After kickoff, it just Grim, as he was rotating back, he just took off a player with the demo. And I was like, all right, well, they're just gonna do that from the beginning. It's definitely gonna be the team just going for a lot of demos and physical plays.
I think that the wait, I don't remember
Yeah,
the
I think
Puncture.
the team has already
Okay.
given up at this point, so
Mm.
they just the teammate can't really get back for some reason, but they just really have to keep going. I think last time we had this actually, it was 3v2, but that team who was like a 3v2 ended up winning the series and also ended up with having their teammate back right in time and managed to win. So who knows what's gonna happen? Hopefully things will get better later on. But as for now, it just seems to be that Vin v Syndicate doesn't want to stop scoring.
Hmm.
Yeah,
They are,
just they're not even moving at this point. I'm not sure what's going on right now.
they are making 3 points, bro. 3 points for the season.
Definitely 3 points, but oh, okay. Well, goal differentials is something that is really important, I would say, when it comes to the standings. Because I was like gonna say, well, they can't gain XP to level up maybe their rocket pass because it is a private match, but that wasn't really the case. So yeah, you're definitely right. It's just the goal differential. It's definitely gonna be moving all the way up, and we're gonna see I would say an own goal coming just from Puncture right there. That is just a disastrous start for excuse me for Puncture. Who would have guessed this would have happened? It's already 9 on the board. That could be Syndicate looking for the 10th goal, but never mind. It's just Puncture. They're just going non-stop, but it just at their own net. You really wish that net was orange, don't you? That is just basically goals farming in Rocket Championship Season 4. Not sure if that's against the rules though, but so far everything is going back like just everything is going like normal, so I would assume that is completely fine. Just the final minutes of the match. Just Prox messing around in the offense. You can't really draw 10 goals lead at like maybe 40 seconds, and Prox is just maybe trying to uncle this or maybe just trying to control the ball. And Graham already just maybe net camping while tilting around as well. 30 seconds right now. Electric is just going for a demo to prevent that from maybe that dribbling play to be happening. It kind of feels really disrespectful when your opponent does this to you. It just really shows how your opponent is able to have the ball while you really can't do it yourself, you know. It really shows how he's able to do so much with the ball, yet you don't. You can't do it because they're gonna be having better ball control. But finally, Anthony shows up, but it's at the end of the game, so that's gonna be still a win for V Syndicate. Hopefully, things will get better in game number 2 because that was a disastrous start. I don't think I've seen anything like this before. But 10 goals, like 10 to nothing, like the team was like forcing on goals. They haven't really been trying yet. Last time when this happened, the team was kept going, like kept trying. They also ended up winning the series. So you don't really know what's gonna happen. So it who knows, might still be possible for you. Sure, it's gonna be difficult, but still, you don't really want to give up so early because it's really gonna be affecting your mindset through the series. It's really hard to have maybe kind of like fresh start right now, especially after the first game. But it's still very early. I mean, just one loss, and for Puncture, we have seen them adapting later on against Skill Arena last time, so it's not really that difficult. But like I said, it's gonna be really hard when it comes to the mindset, not when it comes to the game or just maybe the opponents themselves. So Puncture really need this win more than ever right now. Now Anthony trying to win a 50, just barely in the boost remaining, couldn't really get the ball to cross through. It's gonna be Electric with a shot off target. Another demo coming from V Syndicate. The physical plays haven't really stopped, so it has been going on from game number 1 for V Syndicate, and this is really interesting to watch, especially for me. Like, also I know that people who came just from my community, they know how much I love to see those physical plays, and now Tony is there to put his team on the early lead. Now, excuse me, like just 1 minute have passed, but still it just okay, what was that touch? I'm not sure what was that, but it definitely is still a very important goal for Team Puncture right now, especially after the first start they had. It was disastrous, but hopefully they're gonna be shaking it off and just getting over it and try their best to win the series. Now Electric trying to get the ball out of the blue side. It's gonna be Prox. Another touch coming from Tony. This one is going right into the net. A long shot coming from Tony. Just every time he just get these touches. I'm not sure how is that even possible. Okay, first time it was a free flip, and right now it just maybe through a double commit or maybe even a triple commit if you're gonna be counting the player from V Syndicate and that challenge. Now the kickoff is starting on their favor.
Nice demo by Rox. Anthony,
Yeah,
that's 5. Nice butt. Alex Deck tried to shoot but don't hurt.
We're seeing a lot of physical plays from V Syndicate. So far, Puncture is only responding back by getting these goals, though. They're not really responding back with another physical play.
Think really need to be more aggressive in this game because Puncture are really getting the control of this game, so they need to take the control being aggressive. Because I feel that they don't do a lot of things in this game.
It's gonna be Electric. He just had a really fair chance of scoring right there, but it was in a really tough angle, and also the speed of the ball, it was really hard to control. It was right in front of his face and couldn't really follow it up any faster. It just looked like they really need more goals to extend their lead, especially after that goal differential. That could be crucial for the record. It's gonna be Anthony, still having enough boost to go for a second touch up in there. He also managed to steal the corner boost. It's gonna be Tony once again for the shot, but it was easily saved by Grim. One minute and a half, and Puncture are already winning this. And Tony being really patient in the defense, not really going for maybe just an early clear. He's already seeing that challenger. He was already going for a dunk, so that was a really good play coming from Tony. He didn't really panic, just played very calm and just really trying to be really smart with his touch and try to get the ball out of his net without having really to always boom the ball out of his own field.
I feel that V-Sync are getting the more aggressive than sooner in the game, so maybe they can do something in the 45 seconds left, but we're gonna see.
Exactly, we're gonna see what's really gonna happen. We got maybe just a bit more than 30 seconds. I'm not sure if that's gonna be a lot or maybe enough for V Syndicate to be answering back, but we're seeing double demolitions coming from V Syndicate. The space was given, but not naturally. It just V Syndicate creating the space by themselves. 2 demos, huge space given. It was like a momentary 3v1 against Puncture.
That was really a beautiful play from V-Sync.
You know, it's really hard for me not to become a fan of V Syndicate, especially after they get these kind of demos and physical plays. I'm a huge fan of those plays, and I have also seen the chat also talking about how much I also like to see these kind of plays. So it's really interesting to see that happening right there. Just it seems to be almost productive, so it doesn't really seem to be forced every time. So it just every time they're having it, they're just really gonna be making sure that's gonna be counting. The
It's not
ball's still
finished.
alive though.
Think he's gonna die now. Yes.
That was very close at the end, but V Syndicate has been really quiet from the beginning of game two. But for Puncture, they really needed a series to win to maybe just make it up. So right now we're just tied up in the series 1-1, but it just the goal differential, I don't think it's going to be helping that much, especially because it's going to be going under records, and I'm not sure if it's going to be also put on that team as well, like how many goals they had to concede. Because if it's going to be there, then even if Puncture gets a win, they also going to be looking forward having more goals as well, just to make it up. So in game three, I would really like to see Puncture to be stepping up because, like I said before, they really need the win more than ever. Last two games of the series, and it's gonna be two big important games right now. It's gonna be important for both Syndicate and also Puncture. So I would say Puncture, like I said, really need this win more than ever. So hopefully they're going to be bouncing back. We have seen them adapting against Skill Arena last time, but the question is, can they do it again against V Syndicate, the team who has also been going for a lot of kind of physical plays? So it might be a bit different than Skill Arena, because Skill Arena didn't really rely a lot on kind of maybe just physical plays or anything else. They just have been really there when it comes to, I would say, just creating this kind of offensive pressure going on for a lot of shots, and just that's what they have really been going for. But for a team like V Syndicate, they're just able to create the space by themselves. Just we saw them getting two double demolitions at the last few seconds of game two. That just really makes them a really scary team to be playing against. Just two shots gonna be a miss from V Syndicate. And Prox, once again, as he's just about to rotate back, he just gets a demo. Maybe this will be creating another space for V Syndicate. It's gonna be electric. This interval is gonna be up high. Now Tony couldn't really do much. Now again the transition from V Syndicate, but Anthony just really having a solid control right there. It's gonna be electric. Is there to take control. It's gonna be an early shot, but just almost found the target though.
A really good pass to Prox. Ah.
We're seeing a lot of solo plays from both sides, and Anthony, he gets to flick the ball, and he finally gets it. You have seen him just going for this kind of maybe flicks or something. He couldn't really get it earlier, but this time we're seeing the team just going for a lot of solo plays. And you see that if you're gonna concede goals from solo plays, then you definitely know that there's something wrong with your rotation. You're gonna have a third man in the back, and there's nobody to challenge the ball. So you're gonna be leaving the third man to be in a really awkward spot. Couldn't really do much, can't really go and challenge the ball. So all what they have to do is just maybe wait for a shot, and for a flick like that, it's gonna be really difficult to save. It's gonna be Puncture having 1-0 already against V Syndicate, but still they just need to find ways to extend their lead. And also Tony still maybe just getting those kind of mind games, even though just barely having any boost remaining on his tank. Right now Puncture really need to stay consistent and also play it really smart and be less predictable. Now Anthony winning a big challenge in the midfield. The center ball, but Grim just making a big clear. Tony was very close for a shot. That was a really good team play going on from Team Puncture right now. Now Anthony with another solo play, but Grim once again just really stepping up in the defense, whether it's a clear or a save. It's gonna be Prox shooting the ball high, and Tony the solid wall control from their own half. It's gonna be Elliptic trying to time up his challenge and barely managed to win it. And now Prox with a very interesting touch, but Anthony is there for the denial. Time is just slowly running out, and it is still a very close game, just 1-0 only for Puncture. Still gonna have a tough time ahead, so they definitely need to have that another goal to secure their lead, because we have seen the Syndicate really stepping up in the previous game, just getting those demos and creating the space by themselves. And now another shot coming from Terra. Almost found the target though. It's gonna be Terra once again. The ball's just barely going in. Time is slowly running out, and now Elliptic with the transition. They had a lot of great chances to answer back, and if they were going in, they would have definitely sold the lead from Puncture at this point. But it just, none of the shots were at target, just always hitting the post. Just there also nobody's there to maybe go for a quick follow. Just what like we have seen, for example, from Black Diamond in the first series. So definitely game number 3 right now. It's gonna be going for Puncture right now, but the ball's still up, so who knows what's gonna happen next. Anthony's still there for the shot. Graham still keeping the ball up. Now it's gonna be Tony with a 50. It's gonna be off the backboard, but nobody was there for the follow. But Puncture takes another game, 2-1 on the series. Can Puncture get to win the last game of the series? This is definitely a good play coming from Puncture. You could definitely see that the games have been close all the time, where they have been winning it just 1 goal difference. But still, it just really showing how the team is able to be bouncing back, no matter how much of an ugly start they had at the beginning. But still, they're just able to motivate themselves, and that is a really good thing to see. Now, just I'm not really sure what's gonna happen in game number 4 right now, because Puncture, even though they're just having their wins, it's just 1 goal difference. And this could be a very important game for V Syndicate to maybe just at least tie up the series. So I would say it is a very important game for both teams. V Syndicate, all what they could do is just maybe tie the series, but for Puncture right now, if they win, they manage to win the entire series. Now it's gonna be Elliptic with a bit of a dribble. Our back pass to Tony, but was quickly denied once again by Graham. This guy is a really good defensive player. He has been making huge clears and saves as well, especially in game number 3. And once again, another demo coming from Prox. I haven't seen a team who is like such a demo heavy in this tournament, so it's really refreshing to see that V Syndicate is having maybe a bit of different kind of playstyle compared to the previous teams. A double commit in the defense. It's gonna be Tony with a center ball, but just a double commit in the offense. He centered the ball, it was perfect, but his teammate was already shadowing him, and Graham is there to punish. V Syndicate finally having the lead in game number 4. Now Anthony having to buy some time for his teammate to be rotating back. Interesting touch as well, to be keeping the ball up high and also to ensure that his teammates would be rotating all the way back. It's going to be Tony once again just making a big clear. It's going to be Tamri. Excuse me, Timra. The ball is in such an awkward spot. The games have been really close the entire time, especially for the last, I would say, 2 games. It has always been 1 goal difference, but right now, Timra just extending the lead 2-0 already on the board.
Anthony almost saved that. He was the good position, but the second shot was.
Definitely, he had the block, but still, it wasn't more than enough. Even his teammates, they were just about to go for it to make such a clear. They know that their opponents are there to punish, but Timra, he's just there to beat every defender for Team Puncture and extending the lead right now. Anthony,
Big
almost
save
on
by
the
Grim.
angle. A lot of overcommits coming from Puncture. Maybe not on the ball, but just 2 players on the same spot. We have seen that happening a lot. It just in both in defense and offense as well.
That can be dangerous when 2 person is the same zone of the.
Exactly. It's just 2 minutes remaining right now. They really need to be minimizing their mistakes. I've seen it happening earlier. Now they just really need to do it again. It is a very important game. Otherwise, it's going to be ending up with a tie series. We haven't seen a tie series today. I believe maybe we just did. But last time, I believe it was like 2 tied up series in a row. It was like, I don't know, it was like kind of, I would say, maybe unenjoyable because both teams like, okay, you get the team to be showing up really strongly at the beginning, but then later on they just stop delivering. Like you get into the next series, they also do the same thing, but you just can't really finish it off. But right now, just Anthony having the first goal, that could be a huge factor right now, especially in the last game. Just 1 minute, 33 seconds remaining. It is still possible for Puncture to type the series and maybe even, to type the game and just even take the win against V Syndicate. Just maybe have the revenge after the first start they had. It's gonna be Tony.
Nice clear.
Off to the other side. Now
Nice
Prox
shot,
with an
but
early
missed.
shot, one still off target still. Team is there for the
clear.
follow.
Nice clear by Anthony, but blocked.
Now Timra having to clear this on his own. And the pressure maybe just slowly building up for V Syndicate. Anthony still with another center ball off the backboard. It was immediately cleared. It's gonna be Grim. All what they have to do now is just to kill time, but it's gonna be Prox looking to extend the lead even further. 2 goals lead right now, just 17 seconds remaining only. This is definitely gonna be the goal that's gonna be securing the tie series for V Syndicate right now.
It was a really good pass by Grim.
It is definitely a good pass and also speed. It comes from Prox. The execution on that shot, it just couldn't get any better.
Oh, nice
Okay.
shot.
Oh, what a read from the corner. 5 seconds remaining. I'm not sure if that's gonna be possible, but
Or the,
that would have been a tie game. If that third goal wasn't really there. But right now, it's just 5 seconds left only.
A kick-off goal in the need. But no. Takes that finish.
Not sure if Puncture are gonna be happy with a tie result, but for V Syndicate, they just managed to at least not to lose a series. So it was just a tie series for both teams, but I think V Syndicate still struggled a lot, especially against Puncture. We have seen just some kind of couple of mistakes every now and then, but that goal differential still just I would say definitely makes it up for V Syndicate. And that kind of play style, it was also very refreshing to see. For Puncture, they still won some games, but still it just one goal difference every time. It just really shows how it could go either ways. But overall, I think maybe just V Syndicate did way better than